Right edition, welcome. Politically, right is right and left is wrong. Hey, RCMP. In Canada, Alberta, they went and they seized a bunch of firearms from houses. It was just wrong that they did that, but in any event, they did do it, and now they're saying, hey, we're going to give your guns back, and we've given more than half back already. Y'all just got to line up and spend a whole bunch of time, and we'll give yours back to you too, kind of, sort of, maybe, if you fill out all the right forms. They seized 580 guns. 580. Now, how many are in a house? I don't know, 2, 3, 1? Various numbers, I get it, but how many houses did the guns come from? That's where I'm going with this. Was it 500 houses? 400? Probably, maybe, probably not a lot less than that number. That's a lot of doors to kick in, and a lot of guns that were just laying around waiting to be taken. I don't think so. I think they had a list, and they went through houses room by room looking for the firearms that were on the list that they're no longer supposed to have. Maybe they used another list. Maybe they used the one that says, hey, you got a license? Let's go to that house now, kick his door down. He has a license for 3 guns. Let's see if we can find the 3 guns, or just a license generically speaking. Hey, no matter how you slice it or how you say it, it was wrong that they did that. You had the military surrounding the town. You had the police surrounding the town and in the town. Protecting from whom? Is that good grammar? Not sure. Here's a man in Spain recently that died. He was in a beer drinking contest, and he drank enough beer that he won the contest, but he died. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Politically, that's got nothing to do with nothing. Hey, except some liberal now, unless he's a beer drinker, will say, let's outlaw beer. Here's a terrible thing, a terrible tragedy. A lady from Norway was visiting Dubai, and she was raped. So she reported the rape. I was raped. Police, do something about it. They did. They put her in jail and said, hey, you had sex outside of your marriage. That's against our law. She got 16 months in jail. She's 24 years old. Good grief. Oh, by the way, they did catch the guy that raped her. He was found guilty. He got 13 months in jail. Are you with me? And all of these goofs are coming to countries near us. Do you get it? I don't get it. Nobody does it. 13 months versus 16 months from the guy who did it and the girl who had it done to her. Her life will probably never be the same because she was locked up and put in jail. She got raped and reported it. I know I'm repeating it, but I'm having a hard time grasping all of this. This is going on in the world. Ain't the free world as we know, but these are people who come to our country all of the time, and they bring that kind of nonsense with them. Maybe somebody should pay attention to that. In France, I was talking about drinking beer. Hey, you die if you drink too much beer, right? In France, it is said now that more than half of all the residents in France, that's including women, children, everybody, you know, more than half of them consume wine throughout the day. I kind of thought there was something, fishy going on with those Frenchmen over there. They're half loaded every day. Now, thanks to better sex education, in California, lawmakers are saying, hey, look how smart we are. We put all this graphic stuff in our schools, and you know what? There's not as many pregnancies now, so we're going to take credit for that because we're so bright. Oh, boy. Don't ever let a stat or a fact get in your way, because there's a whole bunch of other things that you can roll into the mix here. But in any event, they're rolling this out now, and they're saying, we're rich and we're famous. Ain't so rich and you ain't so famous and you ain't so bright. So what if people aren't getting pregnant as much? Is that you, or is that the free world maybe doing ads on the paper, in the paper about condoms and various things? Or is it the parents, or is it the students themselves? There's a lot of different factors there. I'm kind of going on about it, but there's that many pages of rebuttal that I wish I had time to get into. Okay, Zimmerman. There's so much going on here. I mean, the President of the United States has set back the racial situation in America 100 years by all of his statements and talk and chatter, because he's just hurting everything. He's making it out to be blacks are fine and whites aren't so good. There's all kinds of associations for black people to get involved in the white people. There aren't any, and white people are bad, bad, bad. And I'm one of them, and I don't like that very much. I'm not enjoying all the rhetoric and all of the finger pointing at me because of my color. How dare you, you bunch of racists? And it really is annoying. But in any event, I'm digressing a little bit. Let me go back to Zimmerman. During the time of his trial, there were 61 murders in Chicago alone. 61! 43 of them were black males, and 7 of those black males were under the age of 18. And a white couple was abducted by black teens. They were raped. She was raped, rather. He was beat up, forced to watch, and killed at the end of all of these events. Where's the president there saying, hey, you poor white people, look what these poor black people are doing to you poor white people? A lot of poor is going on there. Isn't it funny how we don't hear any of that? I mean, is it a racist country? I think so. Is white a good color these days? Not so sure. MLA, that would be a member of legislator assembly, something like that in Alberta, Canada. There's a guy there that has recently been captured. They're manufacturing criminals in St. Paul, Minnesota. Why not? He went there, he was online, and he was lonesome. I mean, you can't get into a guy's sex life. Everybody does have one, you know, pretty much. In any event, he said, hey, I want company. He went online, he found the escort service of his choice or of his liking, dialed the number, the girls came, and manufactured criminals again is said, because guess what? Just when you're ready to kind of do whatever, here's my badge and I'm arresting you because prostitution in this state is illegal. The guy is single, he has nobody to report to, but as soon as he was charged, what does he do? He phones the premier, and she said, I'm disgusted at your behavior. Phoned the premier of Alberta and said, I resign, I'm so sorry. I just wish we had a politician someday who would stand up and say, hey, I got caught. It's kind of like speeding. I got a ticket. I paid the ticket now. Let's move on. He's single. No wives to stand up with him in front of the cameras or anything else. Hey, kind of nice to have some different types of behavior from time to time. Let me end today with something lighter, on a lighter note. Here it comes. A tourist in a Newfoundland village asks a local, hey, what's the quickest way to St. John's? Are you walking or are you driving? The tourist said, I'm driving. The local said, that certainly is the quickest way. Tomorrow we're going to have more for you. From the right. See ya.